What's up, Planeswalkers? It's your boy K-Dog. Another fun video for you guys. This one we're in Temur for Beast Tribal. That's right. So Temur Beast is kind of a Illuna Apex of Wishes, is a 5-mana 6/6 legendary Beast Elemental Dinosaur. What a fantastic creature type. Flying Trample. Mutate also is 6. And whenever it mutates, we exile cards from the top of our library until we exile a non-land permanent and put that card onto the battlefield or into your hand. It's just a fantastic way to cheat out some permanents, and since we are so creature heavy, we're going to get a lot of value out of this. And of course we also have the Auspicious Starrix, which is a 6/6 for 5 mana. Elk Beast, and the mutate cost is 6. Whenever it mutates, we exile cards from the top of our library until you exile X permanent cards, where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. Put those permanent cards onto the battlefield. This fills kind of a similar function to Illuna. However, we can mutate multiple times and dig through our deck that much deeper and put multiple things onto the battlefield. So that's pretty fantastic. Both cards are really great to add to the board. You could run additional copies, but I'm running a couple copies of Quartzwood Crasher as a 5-mana 6/6 with Trample. And whenever creatures you control with Trample deal combat damage to a player, we get an XX creature token with Trample, where X is the amount of damage dealt. So just to be clear, that is the total amount of damage, not for each creature that's dealing Trample damage. However, we don't really have a whole lot of Trample payoffs in this deck, but I just think it's a fun card, so I'm playing with it. If you want, you could run cut these two to add 2 more copies of Starrix, or 1 Starrix and 1 Illuna. Something like that would also be pretty great way to go as well. We are pretty top heavy, so we're already in 25 lands. To help us get to all of these, plus things like Vivien, which is a Beast Factory, 5 mana, 3 loyalty Planeswalker, that we can +1 to make a 3/3 Beast, or we can -2 to, whenever we cast our next creature spell, we get a creature with mana cost less than that creature onto the battlefield. So just a fantastic way to add board presence turn after turn. And for some tempo here, we got a couple copies of Pouncing Shoreshark. It has Flash, and then whenever it mutates, we can return a creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. This is a pretty fantastic way to kind of get your opponent off guard. And of course, Questing Beast is just a fantastic card. It's a beast, doesn't really need a whole lot of explanation. The text basically just does everything. So yeah, we're in a couple copies of it since it is legendary, and we don't want to be too heavy on overpowered cards like this. But it's a great way to answer Planeswalkers here out of the main deck. So the Greathorn, of course, since we are 25 lands, we want to get as many lands out as we can to kind of ramp into things. And so mutating for 3 mana and having a 3/4 to get lands out on the battlefield is great. Gemrazer, of course, is a beast as well. Mutates for 3, destroys artifact or enchantment, which is kind of a must these days. Excuse me. With all the artifacts and enchantments running around, like obviously Fires of Invention is the most nasty enchantment in Standard right now. And Gemrazer gives you a fantastic main deck way to deal with it. Also have 3 copies of Trumpeting Gnarr. It's a 3/3 for 3. The mutate is pretty steep. Most time I'm just going to play this as a 3/3 for 3 mana, and then try to mutate on top of it, because every time it mutates, you get a 3/3 green beast creature token. So yeah, it just kind of helps you, we can go wide and we can go big with this deck, so that's pretty fun. And of course, Essence Symbiote, just fantastic payoff for the mutate as we gain life and make our mutated creatures that much bigger as they get a +1/+1 counter. Symbiote doesn't care what creature is getting mutated. You can mutate onto this because it is a beast as well, or anything that you mutate onto gets that +1 counter, and you still get the life. And then a couple copies of Arboreal Grazer. It is a beast, a 0/3 reach, so it can be fantastic in the early game to kind of ramp you into a turn 3 play on turn 2, as you can play additional lands. But otherwise, they're just kind of medium, so I think 2 copies is fine. And then we do need some early interaction, so I think 3 Lava Coils is the way to go. And since we are Beast Tribal, we can run Kaheera as our companion, so additional 3-drop as well. If you wanted to cut down to 3 Chumpy Gnarrs and run another Kaheera, but I don't think it's really necessary. I think I'd rather just run the Gnarr, so you can kind of go wide with those additional mutate triggers. So that's pretty much the deck here. So we are pretty green heavy, so running 6 forests, and then just 2 mountains, 2 islands, and then all the Shocklands, Steam Vents, Stomping Ground, Breeding Pool, and running 3 of the Tri-lands. So I don't really like running like too many of these. So I think 3 seems pretty fine. So we do have a lot of intense mana costs, but I don't necessarily want to have this come in tapped on like turn 5 or something like that when we're trying to do something. So that's why I'd rather have basics or Shocklands. But I think it's fine as a 3 of. So of course we do have Kaheera as our companion, which means we only get 14 other cards out of our sideboard. Grafdigger's Cage is of course just a must for Winota and Luris, things like that, which are very popular decks. Aether Gust continues to be a must as well to answer the powerful red and green spells, Planeswalkers, Embercleaves, things like that. Thrash Threat can come in to deal with Planeswalkers at 2 mana instant speed. It's pretty fantastic. She has some pretty beefy creatures. Instant speed, we can have a target creature we control deal damage equal to its power to a creature or Planeswalker we don't control. And if we've already been able to answer those threats, otherwise we can play it out as a 4-mana sorcery to make a 4/4 green beast creature token with trample. So that's pretty sweet. And against for those really aggressive decks, we have 4 copies of Lovestruck Beast. Just being able to play a 1/1 on turn 1, they can kind of jump block, and then having a 5/5 on turn 3 that can also block favorably is fantastic. First, some additional tempo, 2 more copies of Pouncing Shoreshark, and then Hydroid Krasis. Of course, is just a beast of a card, and it is a beast as well, creature type. So this can kind of come in when we need that card advantage if we expect the game to kind of drag on, as we can kind of cast this for a fairly decent amount and then draw, 2, 3, 4 cards or whatever the case may be, and gain a little bit of life in the process as well, if that's relevant. But mostly it's just for the card advantage. So yeah, that's the Beast Tribal deck that I've got for you guys. So let's jump into some matches and let's see how we do. This is definitely one of those mechanics where I wish they would stick to blocks, where they would do multiple sets at a time instead of what they're doing now, where they just produce independent sets every single time. Because yeah, I'd love to see like a mutation and ultimatums and other colors, like Grixis and Jund. Juke Boxer. One land. I guess we keep, and we got to put the Illuna away. So lead on the Triome. Obosh. So we'll see what version they're up to. Stable Passage, that's good. Seeing what Triome we're playing, I guess. Black. Okay. Knight of Ebon Legion, right? Sacred Scorpion. I guess we just Questing Beast here. It's the Mayhem Devil version. Pump the Knight, get in for 5. It's pretty good. Symbiote is here, but turn 4, it's pretty worthless. So I'm sure they have removal for this, but always stops them from activating Knight of Ebon Legion. I'll trade. We need to stop this early aggression. Keeps him from doing anything here. Alright, so we got the Symbiote and the Gnarr, and hopefully we can mutate next turn. It's going to be our best bet. But obviously once we get to 5 mana and start Oboshing for a million, that's going to suck. But we'll just kind of try to go wide. Yep, Mayhem Double. We're going to mutate twice. Make this creature really, really big. All the counters on the Symbiote. Thanks to Symbiote. We'll go ahead and attack. They can block with the Scorpion. We take 2, but we still have trample to do. Nope. So they probably just have a kill spell for it. But we have a couple 3/3s out of it, at least. So they're stuck on 3 lands still. This can be our best path to victory, probably. Well, our opponent packs it in. They can't get past these, and they're stuck on 3. and without any sacrifice effects. I think the Planeswalkers feel pretty medium. Definitely want Aether Gust to deal with their Mayhem Devils or Obosh. Good bounce with that. Thrash threat is decent. Kind of like the Shoreshark though. What do we take out? Krasis, probably a little slow here. I don't think they're super aggressive to bring in Beast, but maybe. Maybe in game 3. It's going to bring in the Shoreshark and it's going to take out the Planeswalkers. So might be a little vulnerable in this style of aggressive matchup. So we do have the Symbiotes now on 2, but we are missing blue for the Gnarr, which kind of sucks, but we can always Symbiote into Symbiote. Gutter Bounce. Playing it with Net Deck Central here, Obosh, with the Mayhem Devil. Shocking in for Knight plus Scorpion. Oh, we got blue, but I'd rather get a 2/2 down. So next turn I think we go Triome into Symbiote. Our opponent's off to a pretty aggressive start here, so take the trade. They want to pump. They don't get back the Gutter Bones. Or they can spend their turn getting the Gutter Bones back onto the battlefield. Doesn't seem like an amazing play, but I guess they don't really have much else going on. We could Shoreshark as well to the Knight of Ebon Legion. Unless, of course, they kill our Symbiote here. So we'll say no blocks. Pump the Knight, get in for a bunch. Nope, they have a 3-drop they want to play. A Woe Strider. Okay, that's annoying. We'll just hold up the Shoreshark and try to bounce the Knight of Ebon Legion if they go for activation. Mayhem Devil. Okay. Let's see how they attack. Okay, they ping it for 1. That can definitely get us here if they Will Strider multiple creatures. We'll try it now. Have to sack something else though. Gutter Bones, I guess. We do get a 4/3 on board. So they lose a bunch of their board state, but we got a 4/3 creature out of it. And they don't really have good attacks here. Could attack with the Woe Strider. That takes away their sack outlet though. Play Illuna as a 6/6. Don't love it. At least it stops the Mayhem Devil. Stuck on 3 lands, so that's fine. Choose not to activate, so they have another Wolf Strider or Mayhem Devil maybe. Okay, they get back into Scorpion. Okay, this costs 5. That's exactly what we have. I'd love to get the Symbiote down first, but I don't think that's going to work. So let's just mutate. Get a 3/3. And see what else we find off the top. Sure, we'll take a Gemrazer. Go and play out the Triome, so we have as much mana open to us to try to do multiple things. Hit for 6. Get a little bit of pressure back on them. But obviously a Wolf Strider here at 3 mana would be pretty rough with the Mayhem Devil out. So them being at 3 lands is kind of the only thing that's keeping us alive. Witch's Oven, that's pretty nasty. No Collagen Familiar, thank goodness. Guess these decks don't run too much removal. It's curious. So we'll play the Symbiote, play the Orphanguard. We don't have a way to deal with our 7/7, so we'll just put them on a 2-turn clock. Of course, we have Vigilance as well. No reason to attack with anything else, as they're going to get death triggers, which are going to ping us, and we do not want that. Sure, you can sacrifice. Hit us for 3, down to 8. It's pretty close. Still no Obosh, thank goodness. Do need to find a mutation for our Symbiotes to get some life back. So we have Trample here and here, which is good. They currently have 3, 6, 8 toughness. Land is brutal. Oh, we'll attack with our 7/7. If they got an Obosh next turn, then they probably just win. We'll see. So they can sack the food, sack a creature. Did they find their 5th land? So you think they would have gone for it, but no, they're analyzing the board state. They probably have some Murderous Rider. Nope, call the Death Dweller. Just going to get some stuff back. And they can Witch's Oven one of them. Bring us down to 2. And they're tapped out from the food tokens, gaining life. So they'll go up to 6, and we still swing in for 7. Could attack all, but I think we're okay. Unless they're running Shock, but I don't think these Obosh decks necessarily run that. They're more creature based. Sweet. So we'll beat the net deck. Alright. Well, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, if there's anything you would do differently for this one, let me know. Definitely fun playing with all these mutations, things like that. Being able to go wide with the Trumpeting Gnarr, that's why I love running all 4 of them. You can just save Kaheera for whenever you need it. And then, of course, things like Illuna and other trampling threats are just fantastic. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.